Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the 6-game NBA preseason slate here on Wednesday. A couple things before I get into the video. We're over 1.3 thousand subscribers. Thank you guys all so much. And two, I'm doing a weekly giveaway on this channel. All you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That's one entry in the giveaway. Max one comment, though, per video. It starts on my Monday Night Football Showdown slate that I uploaded a few days ago. Goes throughout the week and ends in my Monday Night video at the end of the week. So however many videos up for the week, you can enter it that many times. So if I have 10 videos up for the week, you can enter it 10 times. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So first, let's look back at my lineup from Tuesday here. So this is what I went with Wanamaker, Josh Richardson, Tobias, Christian Wood, Joel Embiid, Culver, Robert Williams, Karl Anthony Towns. So if you guys watch my live stream, I hinted at both centers with Embiid and Towns. Christian Wood is my favorite value play with all those Pistons guys missing. Plugged in Tobias and Josh Richardson. Wanamaker, I was deciding between him, Carson Edwards, and Aaron Holiday. It looked like I made the right decision until the second half when Carson Edwards was just, I think he hit like 8 or 9 straight threes. It's an insane amount. But yeah, obviously Carson Edwards is probably going to be the better play there. Then Culver, Robert Williams, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, right? He got injured in the first 2 minutes he got injured. So that'll happen in DFS, right? It sucks. It really does. But the worst thing to do is to sit around and pout about it. You're going to just, try to clear your head, do something else. Like, trust me, I know. I've dealt with a lot of injuries and ejections, stuff like that in the past with DFS. It really sucks. But you kind of have to have a short-term memory and move on. So, unfortunately, it's going to be an L tonight for me again. Injury, can't really cash with an injured player. But let's see if we can get back on track here with this 6-game main slate on Wednesday here. So let me click on the right slate. We got a pretty big tournament here, $10, $20K to first. There's some decent sized tournaments here in Draftkings, so I'm pretty excited about this one. So let's jump right into it. First, before I get into it, there's 6 games on the slate. There's 4 teams where this is their last preseason game. The Jazz, the Thunder, the Pistons, and the Hornets. This is their last preseason game, so we don't have a whole lot of news confirmed right now. It's Tuesday night, so it's very, very important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below, as well as check out the live stream. I'll probably be live streaming 45 minutes before lock, because this is a huge slate. So, yeah, definitely important to follow me on Twitter, as well as check out the live stream. Again, the Jazz, Thunder, Pistons, and Hornets, this is their last preseason game, so I could see their starters getting extended even more. But we don't really have anything confirmed as of right now, so I'm just going off of speculation here. So let's start with center again, and we'll start at the top with Anthony Davis at 8.6K. Looks like the thumb injury is just that he jammed his thumb, so I think he's going to be good to go. He's a full participant in Tuesday's practice, and if he plays, I like the upside a lot on him. It's just whether or not he can stay out on the floor, right? Anthony Davis is like made of glass. He's always injured, but we saw what Dwight Howard just did to this front court. Like, Golden State's front court is super, super thin. They have Marquise Chris, they have Pascal, they have Spellman. That's it. Well, they got Draymond coming back too now, but really they have a really undersized front court. So Anthony Davis should just have his way if he plays. So obviously he's going to be a good spend up if he does play, but there is risk always, with him getting injured. Rudy Gobert, again, this is the Jazz last preseason game at 7.2K. I think he's fairly priced, but I probably prefer some other centers on the slate. Aldridge at 7.1 is doable. I think this would probably be the game where the Spurs get extended. This isn't their last preseason game, but I saw last year, kind of in the middle of their preseason games, their starters got decent runs. So I could see them getting mid-20s minutes. Don't hate Aldridge, but again, don't know if the upside's huge on him. Now, Randall's a guy I like a decent amount here, 6.9K. I like this game in general. The Knicks, Hawks should be very little defense played in this one too. Pretty fast-paced teams. So yeah, I kind of like the price tag there on Julius Randle. Again, the matchup really, really good. Dwight Howard at 6.4K, I think definitely fine. If Anthony Davis comes back, that would obviously be a slight downgrade to Dwight Howard and McGee, but still, like, these guys can crush again. Dwight Howard just crushed in this game a few days ago against Golden State. So at 6.4K, I think he's fairly priced. Brandon Clark, I'll probably pass. I know he had that big game last time out with 16 and 12. Obviously, he had the big game, and Jaren Jackson Jr. was in foul trouble and just shit the bed. But I'll probably pass this 6.3K. I think that's too much for Brandon Clark. Capella at 6.2 is fine. Probably should get some decent run. The Rockets always play big minutes in the preseason, but again, is the upside really huge on Capella on this slate? I think he's okay, but I want guys with like really, really big upside. Draymond Green with no Steph Curry. So Steph Curry is going to be out for this one. We know that. So it's going to be a lot of Draymond Green and D'Angelo Russell. So I think he's solid in the mid-range here and should get some decent run in a fast-paced game. Yeah, I think Draymond's pretty good. John Collins at 5.9. Again, I like this game a lot. Hawks, Knicks. Probably will get 25 or so minutes. So the concern actually with the Hawks is this is the front end of a back-to-back. So this is something we have to monitor. Hopefully we get news of this, before lock, what the minutes are going to be like. But I could see these starters getting limited because this is the front end of the back-to-back. Or this could be the one where they just run them out there like a dress rehearsal game and then rest them in the last game. So again, this is a situation we have to monitor, but there is concern because it's the front end of the back-to-back for the Hawks. Zach Collins at 5.7, don't think we have to go there. Marquise Chris, again, you know what you're getting into with Chris. The floor or the ceiling's high, but the floor is really low. This guy seems to always be in foul trouble. If he can stay out of foul trouble, though, he could have a big game. The price is getting up there now, though, at 5.7K, but I still think he's viable. Mitchell Robinson, same thing, really. Itchy nose. The matchup's really good. The ceiling's high, but the floor is really low. Like I played him the other night where he got like 5 fouls in 10 minutes. He seems to always be in foul trouble as well. If he can stay out of foul trouble, he could have a big game. These two are kind of similar. Whiteside at 5.4K, I think is solid. The upside's there. He can get you there at steals, blocks. So I actually don't mind him here. I like the price tag on him. McGee, same thing at 5.3. Him and Dwight Howard have been guys who've been targeting a lot in this preseason, and I'll probably continue to tomorrow. Just the front court of Golden State is super thin. The Lakers just outsize them easily, and McGee can get you their block steals. Probably only going to play 20 minutes, so he can crush in that time. We've seen it so far with him in the preseason. He's crushed a few games, so yeah, I like both Lakers centers a good amount. Bobby Portis, same thing. I don't think the price is coming up on him enough at 5.2K. In his first preseason game, he got 13 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, and a block. Did play 30 minutes. But again, the matchup is really good, and we know Bobby Portis, when he's out there, he's going to be aggressive. Caboclo, Rob, I think are okay. Don't know if we have to go there. Tony Bradley, don't think the minutes will be there. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr., I know. He burned everyone, including myself. He made me look like an idiot. That's the last time I'm going to call someone a lock. Lock is no longer in my vocabulary for DFS because it's just not worth the embarrassment of someone busting. Then you just look like a jackass. And, yeah, I felt like shit that night. But, yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr., we have to have short-term memory here for DFS. And at 4.3K, I wouldn't mind going back to the wall. But you know what you're getting into with him, right? Foul trouble. This guy always is in foul trouble, seems like. So him, Marquise Chris, Mitchell Robinson, the upside's there on those guys, but the floor is low because those guys are always in foul trouble. So I do like the upside in him. I think he goes lower owned because he burned everyone, but you have to have short-term memory here in DFS. I like the price tag on him a good amount. Spellman's solid at 4.3, should play some decent minutes. But I think that's basically it. Yeah. So let's move on to power forward. Let's see. I already talked about most of these guys already, actually. Gallinari, I think, solid in the mid-range. Chris Paul and Steven Adams going to be back, though, so I think he's just okay. Let's see. Small forward's kind of tough for me, to be honest. Oh, this is power forward, actually. Wait, sorry. But we already talked about most of these guys. Now, Marcus Morris has been playing really well in the first couple of preseason games. He's been getting solid minutes, too. He played 31 minutes last time out. Now, Kevin Knox is probable, so that should limit the minutes on Marcus Morris a bit, but the matchup's really good, and he's looked really good the first couple of games here. So, I think he's a solid play at 5.3K. Let's see, other players. Jabari Parker, too, I like, and I like that he's small forward eligible at 4.8K. He's going to play the power forward, sometimes even the center position, undersized center, but the matchup's really good here against the Knicks. Will probably be matched up against Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis and Jabari Parker, both pretty bad defenders, but they can go back and forth really easily. So, I like the price tag on him coming off the bench. Jay Crowder's been getting a decent run. I think he's okay. Again, I already talked about Jaren Jackson Jr. You have to have short-term memory in DFS. I think that's basically it. So small forward. Now we get to small forward again. This is where it's kind of tricky. So you have LeBron at the top at 8.8. Obviously, is a great play if he's going to play 20 to 25 minutes. The minutes have been all over the place for him in the preseason with it was 12, 18, and then 25 or something like that. They've been all over the place. So if he plays in the high end of the minutes range, then I would like it. So again, that's the kind of situation you have to monitor. Hopefully we get news, before lock, but we do know that, they are going to limit LeBron in the preseason. That was like a comment made before the preseason even started. DeRozan, I think, is okay at 7K. Yeah, I think he's solid as like a mid-tier play. But yeah, then below here again, Gallinari I think is okay. Chris Paul and Steven Adams back. That's a slight downgrade to him, but still should play some decent minutes. Damian Lee, don't know why he's that high. That's kind of a misprice in my opinion. Again, I like Jabari Parker because he's small forward eligible. He's gonna come off the bench, probably play 20 or so minutes, but yeah, I like both this game a lot. Let's see, what else we got? Jordan Poole, no Steph Curry. Again, still should play some good minutes, but he is scoring dependent. We saw he kind of busted last game, right? In 25 minutes, only 8 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, right? If his shot's not falling, like I said, in this guy, he can hurt you. There's 3 or 14. If his shot's falling, he can get you there. But yeah, I kind of lean towards avoiding those guys in DFS because I just like playing those guys that can fill it up in other ways besides scoring the ball. I don't really think there's any cheap options we have to consider here for small forward. So let's move on to shooting guard. So shooting guard at the top is James Harden, right? The Rockets play the preseason almost like it's a regular season game. So Harden and Westbrook are really solid plays. I think Harden's really safe as a spend up. Probably going to play 30 or so minutes, maybe more. He's going to shoot the ball a ton when he's out there. He's flashed his huge upside already in this preseason. So, yeah, I mean, he had 34 points in that game against the Raptors. I mean, the upside is huge on this guy. So I think he's a really solid spend up. And D'Angelo Russell, too, at 7.5K with no Steph Curry. That's a lot of usage to go around. So him, Draymond Green get a huge boost. We know the upside's there in D'Angelo Russell, but also the floor is kind of low, too. He's a riskier play, but with Steph gone, I mean, he's going to shoot the ball a lot. So the upside is there, but he is risky. Again, the floor is kind of low on him. Donovan Mitchell, I think, is okay. Nothing to be really excited about, though. SGA of 6.1 is viable, should play some good minutes, but Chris Paul being back, that is a downgrade to him. Now, RJ Barrett at 5.6K, not a guy that I get like super excited about playing. It's just the minutes with him, right? It's the last few games have just been, he played 39 minutes the first game and 35 this one. The matchup's good against the Hawks. He's not a super high usage guy, but if he's just going to continue to play those minutes, then you have to consider him at 5.6K. So, yeah, I like him just because the minutes I think are going to be really solid, and obviously the matchup's good. Ingles coming off the bench is okay. Don't know if we have to go there. Caruso, I think, is a pass with Rondo most likely coming back, and LeBron, possibly AD too. Schroeder, they've actually OKC's been starting a 3-guard, or their starting lineup was the first season game was Chris Paul, Schroeder, SGA, Gallinari, and Steven Adams. So it's going to be interesting to see if they continue that starting lineup. But Schroeder's always a guy when he's out there who's going to shoot the ball a ton, so don't hate him at 4.7. Eric Gordon, I mean, he's going to shoot the ball a lot, but he's too scoring dependent for my liking. Let's see. I think that's it for shooting guard. Yeah. So let's move on to point guard. We're going to talk about some of these guys at the top. Lillard at 8.5 I think is okay. A tougher matchup, though. But Sacramento did just put up a lot of points against the Jazz. So Jazz are usually a team I try to avoid playing players against. But Sacramento just put up a lot of points on Utah. But I think that's kind of an anomaly. Utah is a really slow, grinded out team, good defensively. They have a lot of good defenders on that team. So don't necessarily think we want to be targeting a lot of Portland guys in this one. Now, Trae Young, again, the concern with these Hawks guys is it's a back-to-back, and they limit their starters in this one. So hopefully we get some news before lock on these Hawks guys on whether or not this game is going to be the dress rehearsal or the one tomorrow or on Thursday is. Westbrook, 7.8K. I like that price and him a good amount. I mean, him and Westbrook should play close to 30 minutes. Yeah, I think they're both really safe here. Let's see. Again, Conley, Mitchell, I think are solid. Alfred Payton, don't know if I want to go there with Dennis Smith Jr. coming back at 5K. Now, he's coming back from that back injury, so maybe they limit him. But if he's going to play normal minutes, I would like this price and him a decent amount. So that's the situation to monitor. Hopefully we get some news on Dennis Smith Jr.'s minutes. Chris Paul at 5.6. Again, this is the Thunder's last preseason game, so I can see the starters getting extended here. Hopefully, get some clarity before lock. But if they're going to play like a dress rehearsal, then I like that price tag a lot in Chris Paul. So again, situation I have to monitor. John Morant, same thing at 5.2. Should play some decent minutes in this one. Him, Jaren Jackson Jr. kind of the main catalyst in this offense. So and he's a younger guy too. So I think the minutes will be solid for him. Rondo, I like a good amount of 5.2K if he starts again. And just that Lakers offense with, he can just throw up alley-oops to LeBron, AD, McGee, Dwight. Like, super easy for Rondo to get assists. So I do like the price on him, a good amount of 5.2, and this game should be played at a really fast pace. Let's see. Other guys, DeJounte Murray at 5K. If the Spurs get extended, I don't mind that. But I think that's about it, honestly. I don't think we have to take a shot at any of these cheap guys. Yeah, I think that's basically it. So, again, guys, a lot can change. I'm making this video Tuesday night. Locks Wednesday, so it's very important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below, as well as check out the live stream. Probably going to be live streaming 45 minutes before lock because, again, we're going to have a lot of news to go over. So, with that out of the way, again, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, would really appreciate it if you'd like this video and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. Again, if you want to be entered in the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment, be subscribed to the channel. That's one entry to the giveaway. Giveaway 2, I don't know if I said at the beginning, we'll receive $20 PayPal from myself if you're new to the channel. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for the live stream. And also, I'm going to have a video up at an early look at the Week 7 main slate for NFL on Draftkings right after this, so be on the lookout for that. So I will see you guys later.